Slay. Well, Monday morning.
You know, I feel so professional whenever I put on the headphones because normally
No,
you
for
just
sure.
you just hear yourself talking.
I kind of like it. I don't like it when I rewatch it, but I like it when I hear it in here.
Yeah, I like the sound of my own voice.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of narcissistic, but you
No,
know.
it's very comforting.
That's why we're doing this. Just two narcissists sitting in a room.
Period. Okay.
All right, let's hit it with the clap. 1, 2, 3. What was my opening gonna be? Yes. Ni hao, dumplings. How's it going?
I can't stand you. It's too early for this.
It's gotta be different every single time, bro.
I'm so scared.
Oh,
Okay.
It's good though. It's
It
kind of
is.
catchy. I like it.
Ni hao dumplings. Okay.
Yep. That's how we open it every single time now.
Perfect.
Until I find something better.
I have one for the next one, but I'm not going to say it yet.
Okay, yeah, save it. All right, perfect. What is this? This is our 5th episode.
Yes, 5th.
We're kind of on a roll, guys. Like we're catching that little, what is it? That little groove, and we're kind of just riding it. And everything's pretty smooth at this time. Fingers crossed, because I do have a little vacation coming up where I'll be out of the country for a small duration of time. And then so Julie here is going to take over everything, and hopefully it goes good.
Or crash in flames.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
Tune in next month.
Ooh.
I'm super excited about that. We'll get some, it'll be a lot of work up until that point, but I think it'll definitely show us how everything runs.
Yeah.
And, if we're cut out for this type of stuff or not. But yeah, I think it's been feeling pretty normal lately.
Yeah, this is starting to become our DNA. I kind of like this.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't really told a lot of people yet, just because, I don't want to.
Okay.
And that's why I'm masked up, geared up all the time. I'm sure the people who know, but the people who don't know, I don't want them to know. Mostly related to my other work and career and whatnot. Very cool people, but I think I would get in a lot of trouble for some of the stuff I say on here.
Actually, guys, he just has a hit on him, and so he just can't show his face.
I'm just hiding. Bounty's not that high. It's probably $3 or something like that. But
more like $2.50. I heard they were changing it.
I'm scared though. Some homeless person, they out for that $2.50.
You're done.
They're the biggest hitmen. You guys
That's
ever?
true.
Yeah. What is it? It reminds me of the movie John Wick. That one guy just runs an empire of disguised homeless assassins.
I've never seen
Oh
John
my-
Wick movie.
Julia,
I'm sorry.
how are we supposed to get him on the show now? You've never seen any movies, and I'm talking.
Girl, what you talking about? Keanu Reeves?
No, I'm talking about John Wick the character.
Oh.
Keanu Reeves is cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I want John Wick the character to be on this podcast.
Okay, well let me do some homework. I'll watch the movie.
They'd watch every single one.
Yeah,
There's a new one that came out recently that I haven't seen. It's more of a spin-off. I think it's called Ballerina or something like that. It's starring I think Anna de Armas. Anyways, okay.
I'll take your word for it.
Completely off topic.
Yep.
You want to take point on this one?
Today, guys, we are gonna be discussing friendships, adult relationships, kind of just talking about how we're not in high school anymore.
Right.
Are you concerned? Is it recorded?
No, it's recording, but more so not just friendships in general, but the fake friendships.
Okay.
That's what I was looking for.
I see.
We have this entire board, and there's a bunch of cool features on it, but we have yet to use it.
Yeah, it's too far. I can't see that far, so I'm glad you looked,
Bro.
because I was I can't.
I'm not even wearing my glasses. That's why I had to get so close to the screen.
Yeah, that was crazy. I was what is that?
Yeah, I just gotta remember all the colors, because
I
each one correlates with something a little bit different.
And I'm gonna need a little sticker right here, just to be okay, click the blue.
Press this one.
Yes.
Yeah, but no, that's kind of funny.
That was pretty funny. But yeah, just adult relationships. Because we're not in middle school or high school anymore.
Right.
And we got to approach it differently, deal with stuff differently. Mm-hmm. It's kind of a tough topic to talk about because our friend group's not that big.
Yeah.
So it's not
wait, hold up. What constitutes a big friend group in your minds though? Because I know a lot of people who I guess have like 2 friends, and I don't know if that's normal because our group's a little bit bigger than that. But then our group's also not like 30 people or something like that, you know?
I would say like that's how I was before I met you guys. It was just me and then 2 friends. So it was just the 3 of us. Right. The trifecta.
Okay. I wouldn't call it that. I've seen your friends.
Calm down.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yep, calling you out.
The biggest hater.
But no, yeah, after meeting you guys, I would say like what we up to like, I don't even know how many are in our group.
We up to quite a bit.
Like 10 to 12?
I don't know, because it's all, I feel like all of us are friends, right? But it's also all of us are friends in separate group settings. You know what I mean?
That's true.
So it's kind of, it's like intermingled, but it's also like, okay, like we have this group of people for this.
Yep.
And then we have this group of people for this.
Yeah.
And then like the main group of people, I feel like is like 5, maybe 6
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like that.
Yeah, I would say our group's kind of big. It keeps multiplying. But I think for me, I don't know, big group, it's kind of hard to say because you kind of have to take for account like the acquaintances.
Right.
Yeah, so I would say for me and my group is big now, but it's just because I went from 2 friends to like 10.
However many.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I've always been like most comfortable in a group setting where there's, I don't know, I think it's always been like 5 or 6 people. When I was in middle school was when I had the least amount of friends in my friend group, and that's when I had I think 2, 3 what they would call like best friends.
Right.
That's what every single time we were hanging, it was those group of people, or you'd invite those type of people, and those are considered your best friends. And it's so funny how as kids you're like, wow, this is like my best friend, and like we're never not gonna be friends, and then it changes up so quick. And then all of a sudden you don't even talk. It's one day and the next and then nothing.
Yeah. Or you make like that pact, like you're like saying like, oh, we're gonna be friends forever.
Right.
Like we're gonna move here, do this and that. Like we're gonna, you know.
Yep. That shit does
all
not happen.
planned out. Never happens. I feel like doing that at a young age is like an omen.
Yeah.
It's like, ooh.
Rare cases. Very rare cases. But yeah, for the most part, don't happen. Don't trust it, kids.
Don't.
If you're watching this.
Not
I don't know why a kid would be watching a podcast.
They shouldn't. And if they do,
yeah, not this one. This is where you tune off.
Parents need to discipline them for that.
Yeah.
No, so like I kind of want to talk about just starting off, obviously like middle school friendships up into high school and college, and then now us being in our mid 20s to late 20s.
You almost said 30 there.
I almost did.
I heard it.
Sorry, I was thinking something else. Anyways, just kind of getting into that too, because like it's so vastly different, I would say. Middle school is very like, you really don't know what you want. Everybody's your best friend, and like, you know, trying to figure out pre-puberty or whatever. And then high school is very cliquey.
Yep.
And then college is also very cliquey.
I agree.
But you start finding yourself.
Yep.
And then your 20s and 30s is, I already know who I need to be around.
What about like new adult friendships, especially after college and then having to move to a new city for a job or a new city just because for shits and giggles, whatever. How do people go about making new friends? Because I think this was a very big topic, and I was talking to a friend of mine who was saying it's hard.
It is. Like, it's very difficult.
Especially when you're an adult, like around our age, and maybe even starting a little bit younger, like right out of college, like people already have their group, you know?
Right.
How do you get introduced into another group, especially when you're from somewhere else? I don't know. I think it's just a weird day and age that we live in, and it's hard to determine like who your friends are going to be because you don't have that history, right? Like,
that's true. That's very true.
When you're new, like a new friendship, there's a lot of reservations. You're kind of like, you don't know that much about this person. They don't know like that much about you. And everybody's kind of like testing boundaries also. It's kind of like, it's like dating, but more relaxed.
That's true. Even now, like, even though it's hard to make friends in our age,
right, there's
so many avenues, right? There's social media.
Yeah.
There's the dating apps, but like they have the best friends option. Yep. So there's so many different avenues to meet new people. But I think it's just like, as a kid, you're thinking like, you're not thinking. Actually, it's just like very fearless. I'm just going to hang out with you. And if I like you, I like you. If I don't, I don't. Right. But as an adult, there's so many preconceptions that follow. So that's why it's harder, right?
So essentially, you're just more guarded, right?
100%.
But yeah, I think it's the fear thing. Can we just bring back like going out and doing stuff that you enjoy by yourself? I mean, I'm terrible at this. Like, I hate going out by myself
Me
and like
too.
doing stuff. Like, I just would rather not because I'm like, why the fuck am I here? But I think to the people who can do that and they actually go out, they go like rock climbing or they'll join like a book club or a run club and they'll do it by themselves. Like, props to them because that's
hard.
So great.
Yeah, I was listening to like another podcast and they were talking about like sorry, I was cheating on us. No,
that's
but
insane.
I was listening and it was talking about like how you should take yourself on solo dates, right? Yeah. But then there's like the fear of being perceived as a weirdo. Yeah. Like, why is this person eating by themselves? Or like, why is this person like, you know, doing whatever activity alone? Like, do they not have friends or whatever? And I feel like therapists out there, you can, you know, chime in the comments, but setting goals for yourself is like going out and being like, maybe compliment like 2 people today. Or like,
I think that doesn't happen enough.
It doesn't.
I love getting complimented and like
Clearly.
I try and it builds me up so great. I love it. But I get, I don't know if it's a normal amount of compliments or like more compliments than normal people. I don't really know because I hear from a lot of other people. It's always like a third party response where it's like, oh, this person complimented you on this or that or whatever, you know, like essentially they're talking behind my back, but they're saying nice things. So, you know, and I'll hear from like a third party or like a friend or like a friend of a friend or something. And like, oh yeah, this person is talking. I'm like, wait, that's kind of cool. Like people actually talk about me and they like know me.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I'll just be like, oh, I didn't even think they knew I existed. But yeah, I definitely think like we gotta normalize like complimenting people, especially when you see like I'll go out on the streets and I'll see like somebody wearing like such a cool outfit or something like that. 20% of the time I'll like speak up and say something, but a lot of the times I don't.
Yeah.
And I feel like we just gotta normalize that, you know?
We do, but it's also like the social connotations, right? Like at this point, like for you, if I were to compliment someone, it's a lot easier than if you were to compliment someone.
For sure.
Because like if you were to compliment a female,
they just think I was hitting on them.
Yeah. And if I were to compliment on a guy as a female, I would feel kind of fearful.
Yeah.
Because then it kind of opens a doorway of them being like,
oh, maybe she likes me.
Exactly. Yep. So that's also like
yeah.
giving the bystander effect, right? Because then you don't want to like say anything at all.
It's so tough, right?
Yeah.
Because like I think it's just the day and age, and like it's not normalized enough where people think that it has to lead to something when it's like, nah, bro, it's literally dead ass. I just like your clothes, your outfit.
Yeah.
Like, where'd you get it? Or maybe you're just like drop dead pretty, you know?
Right. And it's hard because like for me working in the field where I see people literally all day, I hate that. For me, my like fallback is to say like, hey, sorry, this is so random. Or like, sorry, this is kind of gonna come off as weird, but like, you're so pretty.
Yeah.
Like, why am I apologizing?
Ew.
You know what I mean?
Why are you hitting on people like that, Julia?
Well, a queen knows this is a queen. You know what I'm saying? Like, if she look good, I gotta tell her. But no, I feel like it's just awkward for me to approach now because people always think that they're, like you said, there's something with it.
Yeah.
Like, what's the catch, right? Why are you complimenting me? Like, what do you need? And it's just like, I just like how you do your makeup.
Exactly. Like, why can't it be that simple? You know what's the weirdest thing? Sometimes I'll notice, like, especially like what you were saying, like in females, like they'll have like really nice skin. I'm in that phase where I'm like, oh yeah, maybe I gotta take care of my skin and not just use a bar of soap for everything.
Please.
So I'm getting better with it and I do a lot of research, but then like I'll like go out of my way and like compliment these girls because they'll have freaking amazing glass skin and they'll just like chuckle and then they won't say anything. I'm like, bro, I was like seriously asking like, what the fuck do you use for your skin?
Right.
Like I want to know. And then I think it's because I'm a dude. They're just like, oh, he's just being nice or whatever. I'm like, no, bro.
Yeah.
Like I think I've gotten like one girl who actually told me what she like her actual like skincare routine.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, props to you. Like you're cool, you're chill.
Yep.
And then everybody else is just like, nah, fuck off, bro. Like I know you ain't gonna do shit. I'm like, bro, I want to learn. How am I supposed to learn?
And it's hard too because there's guys out there that will have to like pretend they're zesty.
Yeah.
Just to get a girl to respond. You know what I mean? And it's like
actually
I've seen so many of those where they would have to walk up and be like, hey girl, I love the look. Like what are we using? And then that's how like girls feel more comfortable.
Right.
And they'll respond. But I'm just like, why?
That's so crazy. Because I don't know. It's so funny that it has to like get to that point where people are just like almost being non-authentic. I wouldn't say non-authentic,
No, it
but
is that,
they're
though.
just like joking, you know,
Yeah.
like they'd have to joke to be able to get to where they actually want to be instead of
Right.
just being like, oh, like I'm direct, like give me the list of skincare products, like God,
You're like, please
I want my
let me
skin to look
know.
like that. Damn.
Yeah, no, it's just hard. I feel like for me personally, adult friendships are kind of hard. Like, I used to be very extroverted, and I still think like I'm above average compared to a lot of people. In the past few years, I've just found myself like very almost
Content?
no, like almost fearful of like
Okay.
going up to people.
Right.
I'm not trying to like blame the whole COVID thing, but I think it was that because like obviously we had to wear masks, right?
Right.
And so all you could see was eyes, and so
Oh, the mask effect, bro. That shit was
so-
dangerous.
yeah, 100%. So I'm just used to like using my eyes to talk, right?
Yep.
Whether it's a smile or whatever. It was all emotion in the eyes, but now it's like you can see all of it. So
Yeah.
my eyes are saying, oh my gosh, I'm so content.
Right.
But then my mouth is like, girl, shut the fuck up.
Yep.
And it's hard because I'm like, don't know why it's still like such a struggle. We're what, like 6 years out of COVID?
Yep. That's what-
Yeah. And so like, why am I still struggling with social cues?
Maybe it's one of those things that just takes a lot of time. It's kind of like the gym. Like when you start making gains and like you build those gains, it's repetition. You got to keep on
Right.
going to be able to maintain it. And then if you don't, then you stop going to the gym for, I don't know, like 2 months, 3 months even. And then all of a sudden you're back at square one, right?
Story of
It's
my
like
life.
hard reset. And I think that's probably the same thing. I think it applies to a lot of things where it's like, okay, once you're in the groove and you do this and you continue to do this and you maintain it for however long, then it's normal. It just feels like every other day. But then you stop it for a little bit and you get used to being stagnant and not having this function as a normal part of your daily life,
Right.
then it changes everything.
I agree. I just don't feel real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anytime I talk to someone, maybe it's my attention span, maybe it's the damn phones, you know what I mean? But even my attention span, like immediately you can tell when I'm starting to lose interest in the conversation. I also want to normalize. If you're done with the conversation, just walk away. Whether it's mid-sentence or not mid-sentence. Like, if you're done with it, just leave.
Okay, yeah, cool, bye.
Yeah. Sometimes there's people out there that, like, just need someone to talk to, you know?
Yeah,
Which
it
is
just lingers.
also
I
part
feel
of,
like a
like,
lot of
the
people-
adult conversations and adult, like, relationships. But, like, some people just, way too much.
Oh, that's me, 110%.
Yeah,
I
but,
know
like,
it's me.
To a stranger, though?
Yeah, to a stranger.
Like,
Bro,
you're telling them your whole life story,
No.
front and back?
Not even that. I'm just so curious. Like,
Yeah.
let me give you an example. Yesterday, my church was doing like this food sale thing. They're selling, Vietnamese food and whatnot, but there's this
Which
white
I
guy.
got some of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This white guy walks up and he says in, I wouldn't say perfect Vietnamese, but like you can hear that he had a little bit of practice. And he's like, "Cái này là cái gì?" Basically like, what is this? And then I was like, oh, wow. One of the people who was standing at the station, she thought he knew Vietnamese because, he asked in Vietnamese.
Yeah.
And she was like, she went on to explain everything in detail in Vietnamese, and I could just see like he was so confused. And he's like, slow down. And then so I was like, okay, like I step in and I explain it in English and everything. He's like, okay, great, cool. We talk a little bit, and then I got his background about how he like studied Vietnamese for like 3 years, and he's been there like 3 or 4 times, and then it's been a whole year since he hasn't, and this, that, or whatever, and like some of his travel stories. We got there because like I just continually asked him questions. When I get so interested, I just don't know when to stop. It's kind of
Yeah.
like some people are like, they might be done with the conversation, but I'm like, I'm not done with the conversation.
Which
Like,
is terrible.
I need to know.
'Cause you're the
'Cause
people
it's
I
like
try to avoid.
It's a cliffhanger. Like I just need to know so I can go about my day. Otherwise,
Yeah.
standing around being curious about everything.
That's true. That's true. But I just feel like some people just overshare. Not by choice. I don't know if it is by choice, actually, because some people just overshare, and I'm just like,
I know the type of people you're talking about.
yeah, I'm like, I don't think I should have known that about you. Like,
right.
that was a little intimate, and we just met 2 seconds ago.
Exactly.
But good for you.
Yeah. It's funny you bring that up because I feel like it happens to me a lot where people just come up and they just randomly tell me their life story. I'm like,
Yeah.
I was standing here.
Minding my business.
Yeah, just doing my
100%. And I feel like it's like, do we have that label on our foreheads? Like,
Yeah.
come talk to me. Come tell
talk to
me.
me.
Yeah.
Like, tell me about everything. And I think one of the things I'm practicing is being a better listener.
Right.
But I'm also a D1 yapper, and I can yap about anything and everything, but I don't share a lot of information. Like people don't get a lot of information from me, so they like don't really know specifics and details. Like they just know like the gist of it. Kind of like, oh, he has a job. What the fuck does he do? Nobody knows.
Right.
Okay. And it's like he still survives, he makes money, and like yada yada yada. I could talk on a tangent for fucking days about anything. And then at the end of the day, it's literally just that. It's just yeah.
And that's literally how it was when I first like met you.
Yeah.
And like before we got close like this,
Right.
it was like, how the hell does this kid have money all the time? Like because I was like,
don't.
part of me is like, I'm afraid to ask
Yeah.
because I don't want to intrude.
Right.
But at the same time, I was like, there ain't no way. Like he's selling organs or something. Like there's no fucking way he's still getting money.
Why do people think I'm like dealing in the black market? I think
Because the way you come up with stuff, I think it's just because like it's so elusive, right? Like like everybody in our friend group kind of like talks about what we do. It's like
because
our
you guys
other
have
friend
real
too, though.
jobs, bro.
No,
Like,
but our other friend too, like for a while, like she was so elusive about what she did.
Yeah.
For the longest time, I was like, I don't even know what you do. Like you're saying, I have this job, but I was like, girl, what you talking about?
what are you actually?
Yeah, I was like, what? And then like, still don't know to this day. I still don't fucking know. I'm like, you do your thing. Yes, I love it.
Just go about your day. Do whatever you gotta do.
Yep.
I don't know. I think it's so hard to explain because it's like for me especially, I don't work in one thing or I never do, and it's just easier for me to just kind of be like, a lot of times I'll just tell people I'm unemployed. Or like if I do tell somebody about something, it'll always just be like, oh, I invest in stuff. But that's not really the main part of how I make my money. I think it's just easier to say that because I also don't like people knowing like what I do because I don't even know what I do. I literally just like wake up every day. I'm like, what do I got going today? Like, what do I have to get done?
Yeah.
And I just go and I do it.
But it's nice that you keep busy. I think that's like the only thing. I probably would have yelled at you a little more as a friend to be like, okay, let's get your shit together.
Right.
Had I not known like you were actually doing like things that were actually like productive.
Bro, I've had that too. I've had a lot of people who like, I'm like the busiest unbusy person ever. And I don't know if that makes sense, but it's kind of like I always have something going on and something to do. But people always say like, you have so much fucking free time.
No, for real.
Because like,
for real.
I'm down for anything, you know? I'm always like, people will hit me up and like, can you do this? Can you do that? I'm like, yeah, I'll make it work. And so everybody's always like, this unemployed motherfucking mooching ass dude or whatever.
No, for real.
And it's so funny because I think we got into an argument one time with one of my friends' ex-girlfriend. I heard this from him. I didn't hear it directly from her, but it was at the point in time, it was like roughly around COVID. We were just home all the time and just hanging out all the time. And she got like mad because like he would hang out with us more than he would hang out with her.
Oof.
And then she would just like go on a tangent. She's like, oh my gosh, you're hanging out with those bums and they're like not doing anything.
Damn,
and then we're like, bro, like we didn't do anything to you. Like we didn't, like every single time he would hang out with us, like we'd always like try and invite her, include her, and like be like, hey, like we should be okay with this or whatever, yada yada yada. But I mean, like she works a real job, so she was never available during the days.
Yeah,
which is like the time when we hang out. Yep. Julie knows, hands-on experience.
They
like,
always hang out without me.
But it's like during the time where like they're at work. If we called them, we wouldn't know the answer. It'd be like, sorry, I'm fucking clocked into my 9 to 5. I can't leave and go to Seattle just to eat fucking pierogies. You know what I mean?
For sure. And I feel like that's something to discuss too in friendships because it's like the FOMO aspect. I think it's just like the thought that counts. Yeah. Because like even though you guys already know the answer, it's just like that reach out of like, would you possibly? I think it's just hard because like that's the one thing of friendships and like adult relationships that I still don't understand. Because for me, my values are very like strict, I would say, based off of like friendships and relationships. And so like I feel like what I'm putting out, I should receive. Yeah. It's kind of hard for me because I'm like, why don't they think that way? And it's hard for me to grasp like other people's point of or thoughts or whatever. So when it comes to the fact of like, I would reach out, say to you, even though I know you're working, I'd be like, hey, you want to come with? And then you're like, no. I still get butthurt. Even though you said, even though I already knew the answer, I would get butthurt. But like, if the roles were reversed and like you were to reach out to me, I would get pissed off because I'm like, you know I'm working, so why are you asking? But then if you don't ask, I still get mad. So I'm like,
a double standard type of deal.
It's such a double standard for me. I don't know why my personality is like that, and it's not even FOMO because at this point I don't really care what you guys do without me. Like you guys hang out so often.
She
I'm like,
just wants to know.
Yeah, I just want to know what's going on. I don't need to be there.
Not to sound like, do you think it's a gender type of thing too? Because I feel like that happens or occurs a lot more in
females.
Yeah, female relationships versus
which is why I hate hanging out with girls. And I will say it again, I'm a fucking female hater number 1. I cannot stand that shit. I literally don't understand. I have a rule in friendships or hangouts where it's like, if I invite you to do something with me twice and you turn me down both times, I will never ask again. in my head, it's like, I already asked, and I'm not going to waste my breath asking again if I already know the answer.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. But that makes sense. Like, you've given them the 2 chances, and then you got turned down both times.
Yeah.
I mean, unless they had like an actual valid reason and they told you, like,
right.
right?
100%. Like,
But if it's just like a straight flat out, like, no.
Then I feel like in return, you cannot get pissed off at me if I never invite you again to anything. Because it's like, I gave you a 3-strike rule, and like, you already, you know,
Stroke out.
Yeah, like, there's no reason for me to waste my time on you. And like, if you want to interject yourself into whatever I'm doing, that's fine.
Right.
I'm just not going to be the person to invite you to do it.
Okay. But can they work their way back in? What if like they reject you those like 2 times, 3 times, whatever? They put in like A+ effort,
right?
Like, and reaching out and like doing things and kind of not even just making up for it, but like they want to feel included, and then they want you to know that, because I know a lot of people have a hard time like just expressing their feelings, especially in like adult relationships, because they don't want to be like, oh, I'm like that clingy, weird type of person who doesn't have any friends or whatever.
Yeah.
But bro, I'm completely the opposite, because if I meet somebody, we hang out, we click, things are going great, then I have no qualms about reaching out again and being like,
right,
yo, you want to do this? You want to do that? And I think that's where I'm different from a lot of people, because a lot of people would tell me that too, where they're just like, why the fuck are you like on your phone all the time? I feel like, you know, cause I'm like just constantly on my phone. So like when people like text me and answer me or something, like I'll give it to them straight. Like I'm never like, I'm like beating around the bush and being like,
no, yeah, like I'll be like, I can't today, I have to do this.
Or like, yes, I can. Or like, if I want something or like want to hang out with somebody, then I'll just ask them.
Right.
And I feel like people are really weird about that. And they're kind of like, they play like these mind games where it's kind of like build a web, and they're like, oh, if I do this, and then it leads to this action, and then like all of a sudden it like leads to this, and then this person inviting this person, and then all of a sudden like I get to hang out with the person I wanted to hang out with.
Right.
Just because it was weird and I don't know them, and like I just didn't want to ask them to like hang out.
No, I get that, but
I don't know. I've done that too, and I feel like people think it's weird. If me and you were to like meet for the first time, and then all of a sudden I'm like, hey, you want to hang out tomorrow? And you'd be like, yo, what the fuck? It's happened to me, because people are like, why the fuck are you just so straightforward with it? I'm like, because it makes
I would prefer that though. Like the way your method, I would totally prefer. In my head, psychologically, I'd be like, oh, he likes me. Like it, like as a friend, like it'd be worth it to hang out again.
Exactly. It's easy.
Yeah. All this extra bullshit. Yeah. I literally cannot stand that. And that's why I can't be friends with females, because like it's just,
I don't know, it's so funny, dude. Like adult friendships, I think it's supposed to get easier when you're an adult, right? Like when you're a kid, you're like on the playground and it's kind of like, oh yeah, you're scared, you're shy or whatever. Like, yeah, I understand that, but bro, we're fucking adults. Just go over there and ask them. Yeah. Worst thing they can say is no. Second worst thing they can say is fuck you. Off.
But I also think like we need to normalize, how do I explain this? Like, you're okay not being invited.
Yeah, absolutely. I would actually prefer not to be invited, because then I don't have to leave.
Story of my life. No, I used to have FOMO. Like when we first started hanging out 2 years ago, like when the group would start doing stuff, it would suck so bad for me, because I knew I had to work full 8 hours. Right. You guys would just be like, okay, we're gonna go do this, this, and this. And I'm like, damn.
It's like, I want to do that too.
I want to do it so bad, but I can't. And then I get kind of like butthurt, because I'm like, I can't hang out with them. In my head, those relationships are going to be stronger than my relationship with you guys, because I wasn't there to like enjoy the same moment. At this point in our friendship, I don't give a fuck. I give less than 2 fucks about what you guys do. Y'all could be going on like next month when you guys go on your big trip. I was like, part of me was like, I really want to go. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm a broke bitch and I need to work. So I need to be responsible.
Yeah, it makes sense. Like, it makes sense. But when it happens, it's weird, you know? Because like, especially in those friendships, and like how you said, if you're not there, then you're out of the loop. Yeah. Right? So it's kind of like when they start bringing up topics and like things, and like you can't join in. You can't be like, oh yeah, I fucking remember eating this on the beach and fucking wherever, yada, yada, yada.
You're like, yeah, me too. No, I definitely feel like now it's more normal, so I just don't mind it as much. But
it's difficult, but
yeah, we just need to normalize it. Like, who gives a fuck if you don't get invited? You know what I mean? It's not a big deal. Like,
it really isn't. And honestly, it saves you so much money. It saves you time. It saves you effort. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it sucks not being invited and not having friends and stuff. But I think like when you do have friends, it's kind of like, it's nice for them to be able to hang out with each other and not include you, because sometimes you do need that break. Yep. right?
That's for
I
sure.
think that's the thing too. Man, those adult friendships, they're a weird.
I feel like I'm back in high school. Like how I picture high school drama in
Yeah,
like movies and
right.
shows is what I'm dealing with right now.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Adult
why?
friendships, it's like, how does that work? Make it make sense.
Yeah, I was like, I never went through any of this in high school. Either you're friends and then the next week it's like so and so talk shit about you.
Yep.
Let's go beef it out.
Yep.
And then we're not friends no more.
Right.
And
But
it's
now
like
you're
quick.
stuck.
But now it's like I gotta be cordial.
And you gotta talk this out, and you gotta explain your side and your
Yeah,
feelings.
but
and
like,
they
why
have to
the
open
fuck do
up.
I have to? If I'm not interested, peace out. Like, I just want to leave. Like, I'm wasting so
real.
much effort trying to explain myself for what?
That's honestly so true. I think that's another thing too, is like it's so hard to make new friends because it's so much initial effort.
It is.
And then you don't know what this person like, what they're all about and what they're like and stuff. So it's kind of, I kind of like having a lot of like transactional friendships where it's quick and easy, and it's like, okay, like we know we like this one thing, so if I invite you to just that and we just keep our friendship there, then that's
good.
perfect.
Yeah.
You know? And then anything else is like so much fucking work.
It is. I feel like I was working like a full-time job when I first started hanging out with you guys because I was like,
That's how we were, bro. We would
Yeah.
hang out all the time.
let me tell
But
you
we
guys
still
something.
do.
I've never had friends that hung out every fucking day. Every single damn day they were hanging out. And I was
No.
like, do you all not get tired of each other? Like,
Yes
it was
and no.
so much. Like,
It's
because
crazy.
when I had my two friends and I, like, we just literally like hung out maybe twice a week.
Yep.
If we're lucky, maybe 3 times. But like, you guys constantly hung out, and I was like, I'm almost like burnt out from hanging out. Yeah, like socially, I was like, there's no way.
Yeah. No, I get it. I could definitely see it. Like, I think when a lot of people like join our friend group, or like when they start hanging with, I don't know how it happened, but it's just ever since I was a kid, it's always been like, oh, I'll hang out with people every single goddamn day. It just kept on like rolling over. So like my middle school friends were the same thing. Like every day we would like go home, do our homework, and then once we were done with homework, it would like hit each other up on like Skype or whatever, you know. We'd be like, let's go bike riding. Go out and we like hit the town on our bikes, and it was
That's
literally
crazy.
every single day, or it was like 6 days out of the week. And my parents were always like never knew where I was because we didn't have phones back then, or like
Did you
my
even
friends.
ever get yelled at for hanging out so much?
No, because I had like I was like very on time and I was very good with things. So I think
Oh
like
my gosh.
like I did my homework, I got all my chores done. I helped like if there was like work to be done around the house, or if I had to help my parents with work,
Yeah,
then I would get that done before I would go like hang out.
I see.
And then I would like go hang out, but then I had my own curfew. Like my parents would never have to tell me like, oh, be home by like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. It's gonna be dark and you gotta sleep and then rest up for the next day.
Yeah.
Like I think by the time I was like 11 or 12, like that routine had already hit me in my brain. And so it was like, okay, like
So
boom,
mature.
boom, boom. And it was like, okay, like they knew I was going to be home at like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. And then I would like brush, get ready for bed. Bro, I would wake up in the mornings because back then we went to a private middle school. So we didn't have like lunches and stuff.
Yeah.
Like cafeteria lunches. Well, we did once in a while. So we had to pack our own lunches. And I would like wake up in the morning. I was like the fucking parent, bro. I would wake up in the morning and pack my lunch, and I would pack lunches for my siblings.
That's crazy.
And I, like,
That's crazy.
I like set it out in all the little boxes and shit, and then I would leave first because I would always bike to school, and
Oh
my
my gosh.
like siblings, we went to the same school.
Yeah.
My siblings would get dropped off by my mom or my dad when they would
And
go
you're
to
like,
work.
hell nah, I
And
got
would,
places to be.
I would bike there early, and then I would get to the
Wow.
bro. I'd be like always like the third person at the school, and I would just hang out, talk to the teachers, and be like in the classrooms and shit. And I was like a full grown adult.
That is
like,
crazy.
in middle school. I think that's why my parents didn't care, because
Yeah.
they're like, yo, this kid is literally like
He's
fucking
self-sufficient.
yeah. He's like waking up, making the lunches for our
Yeah.
other kids, so that we don't have to get like do it. Because
What
like
a good kid.
yeah, I'd be like awake and my mom would still be asleep. Like,
That is
I'd be like
good.
out there fucking like making sandwiches, and, like
Yes.
putting snacks together, and everybody in their little lunchbox. But
Damn.
it was funny. I was a weird kid, bro. I was such a weird kid. And now that I talk about it, it's like clocking that I'm like, I'm not normal. Like
No.
I was never normal. It kind of just rolled over. And that's why I think a lot of people, when they hear about my schedule and like how I hang out with people like every single day, I think it's kind of mind boggling to them, because they're like, don't you need a break? Like everybody always needs a break. In our friend group especially, like I said, like it's like broken up into like cliques
There's
and
sub-
stuff.
yeah,
right?
there's
It's
subgroups.
like
Yep.
subgroups.
Mhm.
Me and Julia here, like we'll do our podcast, so then we'll hang out and we'll like work on the podcast on those podcasting days. birthdays and stuff like that. And then me and like a couple of our other friends will hang out, we'll do like certain things, and then like whatever. But I feel like I'm always hanging out with somebody like every single day.
No,
but
I'm
it's
so
not
shocked.
But it's not the same
different.
person.
Yeah.
It's always a different person. So I think that's why maybe I don't get burnt out by it. I mean, it's a lot of work, and I do understand like the feeling of getting burnt out, but I think my recovery time is so quick, or like I've built it up to be so quick that it makes sense for me.
That's good though.
Yeah.
I think like from hanging out with you guys so much the last 2 years,
Yeah.
I am now like winding down, and I'm like, I need to be alone.
Yeah.
It's just hard because there's so much I'm juggling this year so far, and I'm like, what? Why the fuck am I doing so much? I'm juggling gymming, reading, which is like for normal people that's like, okay, that's like 20 minutes out of my day.
Right.
But like for me, I've never taken time out to do any of that. And then like podcasting. Which is fine. I'm learning how to DJ. That's taking so much time.
Full-time job.
Just random stuff. And my full-time job. I forgot about that. But yeah. And then like
you have to eat, sleep, shit, shower.
And I'm like, but the only thing that is like still bothering me to this day is like, I still want to make sure I make the effort to hang out.
And reach out to people, right?
Yeah.
I think people get more butthurt about like what you were saying. Like you not reaching out, like they get more hurt by that than it's like, oh, you reach out, they say no, you guys don't hang out, and everything's cool.
Right. It sucks though, because I'm like, where do I balance all of this?
Yeah.
It's too much.
Sleep less, bro. That's what I tell everybody. Sleep less. We really only need like 6 hours of sleep. If you can get to that, like, I think that peak performance zone of like 6 to 7 hours of sleep, that's where you build your edge, and that's where you differentiate yourself from other people, especially when you have so many things that you want to do.
Right.
To be able to streamline everything and have things done in the same time block in the same time period. And so that way, like, you work in the morning, right? Like, a lot of people work in the morning. So it's kind of like you wake up and like you work until like, I don't know, like 5 o'clock. And then after that, then it's like block out an hour for, you know, eating, an hour for your chores, an hour for, you know, whatever. And then if you have time to hang out, then that's where you do it. So it's like the same time every single day. You have that structure. And I think that helps you with like the friendships and stuff too, is because a lot of people, like, once they get used to a routine, they're just used to it. Like, oh, I know I'm going to be hanging out with this person at this time this week, every single week. And so it becomes a routine. And I think it's nice that you have things set in schedules, because I was never that person. Yeah. I think that's how you go about like honing in good friendships and stuff. 100%. I mean, making friends and finding out where those friends are, where they reside, is another beast in of itself, but definitely just get out there. Like, and I guess like just don't be afraid of like, I don't know, swapping phone numbers or just like asking people about shit, you know, because
and don't be afraid of rejection, right? Because I think like people, they get turned down so many times. You're obviously discouraged. But then, like, you'll find that the right group of people or the right person to be your friend. And it just takes time. Practice makes perfect. And, like, if the first few swings is a miss, then you will eventually hit the ball.
Yeah, gotta keep swinging, bro.
Yep. Swing, bitches.
Oh, okay.
Swing them hoes. I don't know. You'll find someone, at least.
And then when the swinging doesn't work, you start swinging at people.
Exactly. Just start pounding.
Be my friend.
Yes. Hopefully this year I want to at least make 2 new friends.
Okay.
Whether it be transactional or
like a deep, meaningful
friendship. Right. And I feel like there's potential people right now in my life that I'm like,
ooh, okay,
there could be a further friendship.
Yeah.
It's just like making that jump of like, who's going to initiate the hangout, right?
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like we're waltzing around each other right now. And it's like, oh, we should totally hang out.
Do I know these people, or are these just like other people that are just
No, just other people. Oh, okay. But yeah, it's like me just waltzing around them like, oh, we should hang out. Yeah. And they're like, yeah, we totally should hang out. But no one's making the initiative. So I think it's just like, we just got to make the initiative, but also not sound like annoying. That's the fear. I'm like, I don't want to be like, okay, we should hang out. We should hang out. We should hang out. Like right now, like let's hang out. And then they're like, okay, girl, like we get it. Like, let me figure out a time. Like, I think that's for me. Like, that's my fears. I don't want to be perceived as like too much. Okay. Or clingy. So I just don't, that's why I do my 3-strike rule. Like if I ask and it's like a no, then I'm just done. Cause I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do too much.
That's actually interesting to me. I don't think I've ever thought about it like that, where you're like, I want to make 2 new friends this year. I've always just been like, oh, if it happens, it happens. But I never like think about that, because to me, like all the friendships and all like the really good ones that I've had, they've come from, I guess, just being thrown into like the most random
things.
Random situations.
Yeah.
Like Japan. Like I went to Japan. This is funny because I think that Japan trip was supposed to be like an all girls trip.
You just showed up. But it's supposed to be like you and my boyfriend. Like, he was supposed to come, but then he decided not to go.
Yeah, right.
So you would have at least had one other guy.
Yeah. Actually, I don't even know if you guys were like that back then.
No,
that was like 2 years ago, bro.
You don't know. I've been at it from the jump.
That's crazy. But that's just like, I barely even knew you guys back then. So that's why I kind of, and I guess I was living in a different state. So that was very different too.
Right.
So I wasn't hanging out with you guys then and I didn't hear about all of that. But yeah, I definitely self-invited myself because what is it? I think my sister called to me and she's like, hey, can you help me like look for flights to Japan because like me and like some friends want to go. I'm like, cool. What is it? It was like $500 or something like that for the flight there. I'm like, cool, it's $500. I'm like, I'll book my ticket now. And they're like,
they're like, you're not invited.
Yeah. But then they're like, okay. And then I was like, cool. And then so, you know, I started just like planning a bunch of stuff, bought the ticket and like helped them play like the Airbnbs and stuff. And then I think I knew 2 of the people who like went on that. Well, I knew like 3 of the people who went on that trip with our group because it was kind of split up too. Like you went with
there's
like,
my group.
Yeah, there was like your group, and like we would meet there.
Yeah,
and there was like my group of people who
and we barely met up.
We met like twice.
Yeah,
like we were there
if we were lucky. Yeah.
So I think we met up at like an izakaya once, and then we met up at somewhere else once too. So like we did like 2 things together. Yeah,
and that was crazy because like I felt like there was already deep rooted connections for certain groups, right?
Yep.
I was like, how is this gonna work? Like we're at least 14 deep. Like there's so many of us, and I was
group,
like,
especially for Japan.
Yeah, and it was like long distance one, and like we're in a whole different country, and it's like, are we gonna vibe well together?
Yeah. Especially because a lot of times, or a lot of the people who we went on that trip initially was like we didn't know each other. Like me and Julia weren't friends back then, right? Like it was kind of like you and your group of friends were starting to become like good friends with my sister and the other girl that was in my group that kind of like went with us. So it was like me, my sister, her, and then the 3 other people in my group. I knew one of them. Yeah. And then the other 2, I would just I don't know who they were. Like it went great though. Like I think that trip was so much fun, and I would not have like changed anything about it because like the group of people that we went with and like how everything went was I think just so ideal and like just
it was perfect. And it's nice because we were all kind of easygoing.
Yeah.
So we were all just go with the flow, and it worked out that way. Imagine if we had
one beef, God, bro. Imagine beefing and then being in a different country with those people for like 2 weeks. Like just like started off just like crazy.
I felt so bad because there was instances where I felt the rage coming up for me, but I had to like hold it back, and it was just because I had a sinus infection during that trip, and it was the worst. It was the you guys all got sick after that.
Everybody but me. I think everybody in my group got sick after or like during the Japan trip and after the Japan trip. And that's how I want to make my friends. It's like very random, very kind of like spontaneous because that's exactly how it
Spur
was.
of the moment.
Like we flew out of Los Angeles. So we went down there and we stayed at one of the girls' house that was in our group, not even knowing her. Like the first time
she's like,
first time we met her, we showed up to her house to sleep at her house for the night.
That's crazy. She was like, okay.
And it's just like me, my sister, and our other 2 friends. And it's just like, we just showed up. And we're just like,
so crazy.
We're here now. Like,
that's a lot of trust.
Knock, knock, knock. And like, we're sleeping in your house. Yeah, that was insane. But it all worked out.
It did.
It worked out great. And like now, those girls are some of like, I would consider some of my best friends and like some of my closest friends that I have now. Like we don't talk a lot every single day or something like that, but we always, I mean, the past like couple of years, we have always like seen and hang out with each other.
Yeah, made
like,
effort to like hang out if we're in crossing paths. Yeah.
Always at least like once or 2 times where we have like those trips and we like hang out with everybody. But put yourself out there and 100%. Like be open. Be, what's it called? Like nonchalant, you know?
100%. Nonchalant. Yeah. Get some of that charisma in there.
No. Don't be nonchalant. Be
chalant? Be nonchalant.
Be nonchalant. Is that right?
Nonchalant, like be chill with it.
No. Don't be chill with it.
Oh, be chalant.
Yeah, be chalant.
Why?
Because that's where personality comes from, bro. Because like if you just act nonchalant the entire time, then like, you don't build anything. Okay. Like you're basically like, oh, like that's chill, that's cool, or like you vibe or whatever.
I'm a very nonchalant person, so I think
it's like deep down though, a lot of people are very chalant. So like they care, but they'll always try and be nonchalant with their new friendships because like they don't want to be judged and they don't want this person to like do whatever. Yeah. But nah, for me, I tell it how it is, bro. Like if you fucking irking me on day 1, like you gotta know about it. But I think it also
you are
helps.
That type though. But helps. You're also the type that I would swing at. Like if it didn't work out for us off the bat, I would have fucking swung at you.
That's what I was saying.
The audacity.
Right. I think I've gotten good with people in that sense though, is because like I don't want to be the nonchalant person. I'm just kind of like going out there and I'm like fucking weird as fuck, dark ass humor, and I'd be like saying shit that comes out of my ass. But a lot of people, I think, I don't know if they vibe with it, but they just have to deal with it.
They
And
don't.
It kind of that's how I cut people out. Like, you don't like me, like we're gonna know from the get go because like I'm not hiding nothing. What you get from day one is what you're getting, you know?
Which is nice. I think like I'm so guarded
Yeah.
in friendships, and so that's why I come off as like very nonchalant, go with the flow. But even in my friendships, I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm still very nonchalant because
Right.
I'm like, I don't want to upset anybody, but that's just the people pleaser part of me.
But it's a different type of nonchalant.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I feel like this year, based off of that, I do want to be a little more chalant. You're right.
Yeah,
I need to get out there.
What is it? Your boyfriend in one of the group chats said something that I thought was super funny because we were talking to somebody about something. And then in the chat, I was just like, oh, don't listen to all these haters. And then you guys were like, wait, who's hated? Who's hated?
We're gaslighting.
I was like, you guys were definitely hated, but then I was like, wait, just kidding. I was giving the advice, but I was like, I'm just kidding. Don't take
You're
that advice
so
because I'm
funny.
the hater, bro. And then everybody like they flipped up. Then they're like, okay, nah. This year, new me. I'm the hater this year. Like, fuck that. I was like, nah, dude.
No, that's so funny. I don't know. I feel like I gaslight, but not on purpose.
Yeah.
Like I literally sometimes it
like
just comes
sarcasm.
out of me,
Right.
and I'm like, oh fuck, why did I just do that? Sometimes I gaslight myself, and I'm like, wait, did I really want to say that?
It's built into her. She's just a
It
gaslighter
is.
from
I
the
am like,
get-go.
I am.
But yeah, to wrap things up, go out there and I mean, like, just do whatever you like to do. Just enjoy that, even if it's by yourself, because then like those people will come, right? Like if you go out and you eat at restaurants and stuff, like you'll meet people because people will like conversate with you or they'll talk to you, or like if you like running or reading books or something, you know, like just do all that stuff by yourself and those people come to you.
Yep.
And like don't rush things.
Don't
you know?
chase.
Don't
because
chase.
you attract.
Yeah.
Yes.
And yeah, be chalant. Don't be nonchalant this
Be nonchalantly chalant,
Yeah, exactly.
right?
Yep, I
Yes.
agree. I like that.
That's the quote. Learn your social cues, I would say, is the other thing. And make some new friends this year, guys.
Yeah,
The world
absolutely.
is too...
Life's too short. World's
small.
Too small. Just building up those relationships, very helpful. And
Yeah.
you never know where it can go. Like, look at us. 2 years ago, like this would have been a laughable, absurd moment. And sometimes thinking about it, it still is laughable. and absurd.
100%.
That's it for us
That
for
is it.
today. Thanks for tuning into this episode. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, do all the things you know that you're supposed to
Tell
do
your
to help us
mama
out.
to listen.
Yeah,
grandma.
especially your mom.
Yeah. Hey, ladies.
We going after everybody's mom
Everybody's
this year.
mom.
Nobody's safe. All right.
Alrighty, guys.
Yep.
See you in the next episode of Rice Fed.
Exactly. And peace out.